One more thing. The Dallas Mavericks have extended Naji Marshall for 3 more years, but what are they actually cooking up? Welcome, you're still locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt. It's the One More Thing. I'm joined by the One More Thing King, Isaac Harris, and the post-game prodigy, Slightly Biased. We're talking about Naji Marshall and his contract extension, and we're mixed. We're mixed on the show we did earlier today on the contract extension. It can be a really good one, but it also could be, I also think it's a bet on the organization. And so now we're going to talk about what this contract really means for the Mavericks going forward. Because, gentlemen, the Mavs now have 4 players officially signed through 2029, 2030, and that is PJ Washington, making $24 million that year. Naji Marshall making $16.7 million because that contract declines, which is actually good. Means it goes down in value. Morris Johnson Jr., who will have the team option in his 4th year, and Sergio De La Rey, who will have the team option in his 4th year as well. Cooper Flagg will be a restricted free agent. I'm assuming they're going to re-sign him in some way, and he'll get the rookie max extension from there. So I'm going to add him in. The Mavs have 5 players signed in through that. That's not counting a Lively extension, a max extension, Zachary Riche extension that we argued about at the end of last show. What are the Mavs building if you just look at these players that they have through that 2029-2030 season?
I think they're building around Coop. I think they're just trying to lock up, good, valuable players. Because the reality with the modern NBA is we're talking that far out. That's such a long time in NBA years. Like, it really is. It's interesting.
There's 3 seasons between then and now.
Yeah, 3 whole seasons, and it's like dog years. That's realistically like 20 years worth of stuff is going to happen in between then. I was looking back at an NBA, the GM survey that they do every year from before the 1920 season. And it was the best. The GMs were asked what the best young cores were. And obviously, we're talking 3 years in advance, not whatever that is, 6 years in advance. But I think of the 9 teams that got votes, 5 of them had 0 players left on their roster that were part of the young core that was voted on as the best young cores in the league. So many things can change. But, you get these guys, you get them locked in and years on their contract, and they do become trade pieces. It sucks to talk like this, but it is just the reality of the sport. But in terms of like who's going to be paired alongside Coop 3 years from now, I don't think there's one singular guy that's set in stone, truthfully.
Sergio? No.
I would say Rez definitely should be.
I think Rez should be.
You would. I'm saying you would think, but what if, Morez is, and again, I'm like, what are we even talking about that we're doing this right now, that I'm saying all of this stuff right now? Like, well, this is very Bill Simmons coded of me, where it's like, no, in 2 years, Rez is going to get traded. Let's talk about that. But if Rez looks like he's just a solid player, and maybe there's a market for him and you feel like you can upgrade, like that stuff happens, I'm not even saying I want it to happen, but I'm just saying I wouldn't set it in stone.
When Andrew Wiggins went number 1, Cleveland thought he was going to be on the team. True.
And then Minnesota thought he was going to be on the team.
That's right.
For your case of when you're saying how quick things change, the 2022-23 season, how many would that be, like 4 off seasons ago?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This was the books for the Mavs. So you had Kyrie at 38, Luka at 37, Tim Hardaway at 19, Bertans at 16.
Yikes.
Christian Wood at 14.
Oof.
Dwight Powell 11, Reggie Bullock 10, Maxey 9, JaVale 5. Like, none of these players are here. Except for Kyrie Irving, right?
Why did we think that was going
to That's honestly so fun. If you would have said that at the time, if you would have gotten back in time and said, who is the one player on this team that's still there, and Kyrie would be like low on people's rankings, I think.
Yeah.
Because that was coming off the season they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they had just traded for him.
They had just traded for him. We'd be like, yeah, maybe Kyrie's not, because they didn't fit very well. They had that weird thing, Minnesota end of the game where they were passing it back and forth. Remember that at the end of the game?
Oh, I hate it. That season was the most mad I'd ever been at a sports team I rooted for.
More mad than 2024 or 2025?
Okay, well, I'm saying like just the team itself, watching them every night, I was like, God, I can't stand this group.
I'm like, didn't you make merch that said you survived this?
I should have done it then.
No, I think when you're looking at what they're trying to build, it's still the same. It's still the same concept of like when they're bringing in, they're taking the swings on these guys, of the Riches, the Aldamas. They're just trying to find the right pieces that can fit next to Cooper. And if you double up, this is why I don't really care about some of the, it was a fun thing to do as soon as the Naji extension hit, of like, let me show you how much money is tied up in this position. I'm like, yeah, but we're kind of, like this is like the mode that the Mavs are in right now, though. They're just like putting everything on the table. If it overlaps, it overlaps. And then we're going to start keeping the things that we think fits around Cooper. So like, yeah, well, PJ and Naji and like all this money, I think it will all start to like shake out over the 6 months, 12 months. What's on this team at the deadline? Who's on this team in a few weeks? Like, they're one Gafford trade away into a Charlotte TPE for like 3 second-round picks. And we're like, oh, okay, well now that money's not as jammed. It's like, I think they'll move some stuff around. Like, I'm not worried about that.
The account that the tweet that you brought up earlier was an account called AP Hoops that posted that the Mavs now have $334 million allocated to the forward and center positions for the next 3 seasons, an average of like $111 million, and their salary cap about 67%, which to me is like 67% of their contract space is allocated to 66% of the positions being forward and center. Like, sounds like pretty balanced books. And they list anywhere from Dereck Lively to Caleb Martin to, to Santi Aldama, PJ Washington, Reese Shea. It's like, okay, completely different positions, all these guys. And we already know that they're not going to look at positions the same way that we've all looked at positions for the time that we've watched basketball and all this. And that's what I look at when I see this group is, that they made a commitment to Naji, so we know for sure that's one of their picks. We know for sure that both the coach and the front office picked this organization to come and run because of Cooper Flagg. So we'll count him into their decision long term. They've drafted Morez and they drafted Sergio. Positional size is something that they really want. Like, they want the size of all these guys and to have different skill sets. Naji Marshall can handle the ball. He's a pretty good pick and roll ball handler. He is somebody that can do things here and there. And he's not the greatest shooter. We talked about that in the last show. And Morez Johnson Jr. wants to do more things with the ball, but also is a versatile player. And I think that's the type of player that they want on this team. You can just see it in just a few decisions they've made and the guys that they've committed to.
I'll add, they traded for Aldama, traded for Reese Shea, Sasser in a way, matched the Cisse contract. Even if they don't know what Cisse is going to be, you probably just match that to be for good. Yeah,
they brought over Babarovich, another one.
Yeah, but of the vets, this is kind of the first move outside of like all their public comments about Kyrie and the rebuffing of any like trade talks at all. Like, hey, we're keeping Kyrie. This is kind of like the first time, to your point, that they've kind of put their hand down. Like, hey, this is how we feel about one of these vets that we kind of inherited.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a stupid way to look at the roster anyways. Cause the Mavs aren't in some financial, conundrum. They're not up against any of the aprons. Like, I don't really, I guess they're technically over the first apron, but they're not, stuck in some weird, they're in the second apron and they need to get out of it where they were at times last year. But these guys aren't under contract long term. So some of the forwards that you would lump in there with the money and stuff like that are not going to be on the team in 2 years. Well, some of the centers are not going to be on the team in 2 years.
And listen to the percentages that these guys will take up. PJ Washington making $24.5 million that year in 2029, 2030. That's only 12.8% of the salary cap that's expected. The team options for Morez and Sergio are like 5% and 3%. Flags will be like a 30 or 30% or something like that. Naji's will be less than 10% at the time, way less, probably like 8 or 9. And so it's not like there's a huge amount of the salary cap that's being taken up by this, like Sully said.
Yeah. I don't think that they're over the first apron. Could be wrong.
Really? Spotrac says there's 6.5 million.
Well,
I thought they were capped at the first apron because they did a sign and trade.
Yeah, Spotrac has the Naji contract wrong right now. I think they should push it back a year because they have that Naji contract starting right now, and he still has a year left.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they added it to this upcoming year when it's the year after.
Really?
So, yeah, because he had $9 million. He was supposed to go into a contract year this year.
Yeah.
Because I think they're pushing up against that first apron, but to Nick's point, I think that they should be capped at it.
Yep. Coming up, Naji Marshall's also making a different kind of change with the Dallas Mavericks. One that I'm greatly concerned about. Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Indeed. workplace chaos and deadlines stacking up, all kinds of other things hitting you, and you're a hiring manager that's like, I just need something to help me cut through all the noise. You need to find something to help you connect with employers, with candidates who match the specific skills, certifications, and location that you want. So you spend less time searching, more time actually finding the right candidates and the right fit for you. Finding the right quality hires on Indeed right now can be super easy. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours have made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. You can go check it out and see what you can do. Isaac has made a hire on Indeed, said it was the best hire that he's ever made, which is awesome. You can do all kinds of stuff and find all kinds of different people on Indeed that you maybe wouldn't find anywhere else. Listen to this show. You get a $75 sponsored job credit to help your job get the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire. This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. And so one more thing, we're talking about Naji Marshall's contract extension. Mixed reviews from the Locked On Mavs crew here. But we all like Naji Marshall. We all agree that Naji Marshall is a good player in the NBA. We all agree that Naji Marshall is a guy that you would want in the foxhole with you to fight anything that would come at you. He's the knife. And he also kind of like coined or popularized the phrase,
pledge allegiance to the flag, man.
which I did not play enough in the first episode. I apologize to Naji.
I do. Speaking of like cool guy, Naji, Mavericks posted a cool clip on social of him back home doing some community work in Maryland when him getting a call, from Masai and stuff, and him getting to be with family and talking about the extension and stuff. You got to think about it. I mean, Naji was undrafted. So anytime you see a guy go undrafted and then get, multiple contracts in a league, and then this one being 17 per, like 52 million guaranteed. Yeah. That's a really, really cool story. And
do we want to play career salary so far, counting this upcoming season for Naji Marshall?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
9 million? No, can't be.
Total
35.
He's going to make $9 million this year. $31 million counting this year. So this completely over doubles what he's going to make. It's awesome for the guy. It's amazing.
Yeah. I know somebody that played college basketball with him at Xavier, and they loved him as a teammate, and like everybody who ever like as a teammate of Naji, it's like, all right, yeah, like he's one of the coolest dudes to have as a teammate. So I'm happy for him too.
This is where I know
that
where
guy
like
by extension.
Cap stuff. This is where like fans understanding cap and understanding trades and stuff, it ends up becoming a bad thing, because like Naji's such a cool dude and it's awesome. He's an undrafted free agent who is just signed a $50+ million contract, and then it's like, well, I don't know, with the cap, with the salary cap, and guys getting paid this much, like trade chip.
Well, it's the Dwight Powell conundrum, where like Dwight Powell, by all and large, it drove me nuts for years covering this Mavericks team and like jumping into this world, being like, you have Dwight Powell. He plays hard every single possession. He's this guy that came out of nowhere from Stanford that was in this Rondo trade. There's the only good thing left from that whole deal. He's the only guy left remaining. Everyone should be rooting for this guy. And yet he gets a bigger deal than he's supposed to. He starts when he shouldn't really supposed to. And then he becomes the number one villain for Mavs like fans online. You're just like, man, he should be this fan favorite Udonis Haslem type player, Nick Collison type player for this franchise. And he's kind of gotten to that point at this point. But man, for years it was just, Dwight Powell hate. Yeah. So Naji Marshall is changing his number. He's changing his number from 13 to 3, and I'm concerned because this is kind of a cursed number. Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong on this. Here are the recent threes that the Dallas Mavericks have employed. You ready? Trey Burke is one. Yeah, you guys want to guess any of them?
AD.
AD is one of them.
I'm so bad with numbers.
I can't think of
Trey Burke, Anthony Davis. There's one that you and I were both very high on when the Mavs traded, and now the Mavs are going to pay for it in a pick swap to the San Antonio Spurs.
Grant Williams
asking for the number. Jaden Hardy was 3 at one point.
I was going to say, it felt like Hardy was 3.
There was a specific player on the Dallas Mavericks that we witnessed going into the media room at halftime and grabbing.
Oh, Nerlens.
Nerlens Noel was number 3 for the Mavericks. There's a player that I still believe.
Kyle Korver.
Charlie V. I believe in Charlie V. Charlie Villanueva.
Antonius Cleveland.
Antonius Cleveland is one. The Mavs also picked this guy instead of Giannis.
Oh, Shane Larkin.
Shane Larkin was also number 3 for that. And there is the most untouchable player in the history of the Dallas Mavericks.
Roddy B.
Roddy B was number 3. There's many others, but this is kind of a cursed number. And can Naji Marshall reverse this?
I think that really kind of speaks to the Mavs rosters through the 2010s.
Like, holy cow. What a group. Anthony Davis, Grant Williams, Trey Burke, Nerlens Noel, Shane Larkin, Roddy B. Like, the hopes and dreams of so many Mavs fans rest in that number. And now it's in the hands of Naji.
Roddy B, man. I'll love me some Roddy B.
In a different world.
Remember when Trey Burke was awesome in the bubble?
Yeah.
Dude, somebody posted one of those Twitter things the other day where like they kind of derode the video to where they like kind of put like a shadow over the player, and
I didn't realize what verb you were using there. That's so funny.
And then it was like, hey, guess the player. And I swore up and down it was Kyrie, man. I was like, how he was getting the shot off and some of the moves. And I was like, dude, this has to be Kyrie. And then I like click on it. I was like, Trey freaking Burke? No way.
Yeah. Well, Trey Burke's playing in the league right now.
Man.
Wait, really?
Sacramento.
Is he? He's on the map. He's on
stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's calling a cuff, Trey Burke.
Just got drafted top 7. He's back.
Man. Yeah. So, but the number is cursed, I think.
Hopefully he can reverse it.
Max is going to 0. So
I'm actually interested in I'd like to hear Naji's. Has he said why? Because he wore 13 in college.
I haven't seen why.
Wore 8 in New Orleans.
The number zeros are weird for the Mavericks too. You want to guess any of those?
No, I was gonna say Aminu, but
one of the more recent ones you would rather have instead of LeBron James.
Hey, Dante Exum went to like a Pokemon card thing with Lively the other day.
He did. I saw that. That was cool. Justin Holiday, Sterling, not K Brown, Josh Richardson.
Actually, that's not true. I know a number 0 for the Mavericks. The Matrix, dude.
Oh,
yeah, Sean Marion. Yeah, Sean Marion was the last one. That's a good one.
He was the last one. What do you mean?
The last one I was going to name of the. There's only been 5.
That was like
I know.
Good one.
Wait, no, Christie's going to 00. Or he was 00 and he's going to 0.
Yeah, he was 00.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. I was like, now I'm all confused. I don't know what numbers.
There you go.
I don't like 00 at all.
We got one more thing.
I don't like 00 as a number.
Now, I used to hate 77, but I'm kind of like all used to it now.
How did you hate 77?
I don't know. It was just like a weird.
Oh, you're saying like when Luka
before.
came in. I thought you were saying before Luka got in the league. You're like, I just can't stand the number 77. Like that's just a random.
Well, it's just
number
like
to have a beef with.
He's one of those guys that numbers have certain color distinguishes to him.
Oh,
He was
okay.
like, I just can't stand it.
Well, it's like he comes in the league and it's Dwight had 7s and he just picked 77. I'm like, it's kind of like a gross number, but then he like made it cool and now you see other guys have it.
I didn't like it because I tried to start calling him 7s and nobody liked it, and you guys hated it, and so I didn't call him 7s anymore.
Remember those days when everybody was trying to like force the nickname on Luka? It's like the Matador.
The Matador.
Matador.
Luka Magic still isn't even a nickname.
Luka Magic, yeah.
That's just a thing Followall says after he does something cool.
Luka Legend.
Yeah. The Dawn.
Yeah.
The Dawn I thought was the coolest one, especially if they played into the bit a tiny bit. If he was, but it doesn't make sense because he's not Italian. If he had just like any Italian at all.
You're saying there are no Balkan mafias?
I mean, there probably is for sure. Ask the Jokic bros.
Do we want to do any breakdown of Stein's breaking news tweet a little bit ago?
What is it?
Yeah, break it to us.
Well, I'm using my phone as a webcam. It just popped up on my watch.
All right, should I just read it cold? Not sure who actually believed this one, but for those asking, there's no golf summit scheduled tomorrow in LA. Luka Doncic is in Slovenia with all the rest of the Lakers, and will be there for the whole summer. Cougar Flagg is training in Maine, occasionally Dallas all summer.
Just wanted to get that one out in the public.
All right, thank you.
So,
There was apparently a rumor that Cooper Flagg and Luka were going to be playing golf together soon. Also, I can't imagine Luka playing golf. Is that like I just can't imagine.
Who, you say Luka or Cooper Flagg?
I can imagine Cooper Flagg playing because I've seen him play golf.
It's like Cooper.
Luka's like really into golf now, isn't he?
I don't know.
You go to LA and it just changes you, doesn't it?
What's y'all's opinion on golf?
Terrible at it.
There's a part of the game that's really appealing to me, but it just pisses me off. And I struggle to connect with like the clientele of golf just I don't know. I don't want to get myself.
Sounds like we are the clientele of golf.
No, I just like I don't want to get
I hate the idea, and I don't live in this world, but I have friends who are in kind of the beginning stages of that corporate world where it's like you better be good at golf.
It's like part of their business is they have to do it.
Right. And it's like this you want to know something to me? That's the most bogus thing. That's what you say early on. It's like, well, I gotta get good at golf for sales meetings. And then that gives you the excuse to go out and golf. And then you go golf for sales meetings. It's like if you had a product someone wanted and they saw your drive and said, you know what, I don't want it anymore. That is garbage trash. You know, this whole thing is garbage trash. What just a hilarious place we live in.
Actually, so if we want to take the heat off Isaac here for a little bit, golf courses use more water than data centers.
Yeah, they do.
Wow. My first job was mowing greens at a country club. And man, there's teenage me, like placing the hole like at the wrong place of a green, like at the bottom of a hill. Talking about pissing some old dudes off. Or like
put the hole in the wrong place.
Well, it's like, every so often you kind of change the placement of the hole and stuff on the green, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna really mess with y'all today, and I'm gonna put this at the bottom of a slant. And but no, here's the thing with golf. I love driving. I can hit it straight and fine, like driving. I love chipping and putting. It is that second shot, man.
I was like, that's all of it, isn't it?
Nope. It's the second shot that screws me. I can't do anything with it drives me nuts. It just makes me mad. But I also don't have enough money to like play regularly, and that's what.
No, you have too many kids. It's not the money. It's just too many kids.
It is money though. You got it to go anywhere like cool, and there's all the rules, and then you got all the
that though. But money wise, is if you want to be serious about it, you like have to play a lot or like get lessons. It's just a big commitment. I have friends who are like, "You're gonna get into golf soon." I'm like, I really don't think so, dude. I really don't.
It's like,
but you were a baseball guy, so I bet you'd be good at it.
I mean, I can get the ball in the air. Just there's no telling where it's going.
It's just so much easier now. Like, hey, if I have some time, it's so much easier just to like go play some pickup basketball or something.
Well, I will say this, and I'm a living victim of it. We're reaching the age where that basketball can go a wrong way.
We do talk about players our age on the Mavericks and other teams and be like, they're on their last legs. Like, they don't got much left.
And we don't have the access to those doctors, so you're talking out of commission for a whole year.
It's great.
Wait, do we have any closing thoughts on the Dodgers?
None. Zero.
It's honestly kind of, I mean, obviously I don't follow baseball that much anymore, but it's kind of funny. There's very few things that I feel like make sports Twitter just melt down like that, like collectively melt down out of it. It was like initially it was like 20 minutes of like my Twitter timeline, just like everybody losing their minds. This is lockout, forever lockout. This league sucks, all this stuff. And then it was like everybody like is like a shift of like, well, if somebody wants to do what the Dodgers are doing, why aren't they doing it? It's like, all right.
I mean, and then Mark Cuban said, I'm going to do it with the A's.
Yeah.
Did he really?
No, he's getting into the A's minority stake though.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Our Lockdown A's guy talked about it the other day. I was doing a check for our staff meetings. We have to go through other shows, and one of mine was A's, and it was like Mark Cuban, and I was like, well, I'm listening to that one.
Wow. I'm trying to think as an NBA fan, what would have to happen for something to be so bad where I'm like, you know what? I think I'd be good if we took a year break.
It was the Kevin Durant thing, what, right? Like,
yeah, but that's the one. Okay, so when people say this about the NBA, that the cap stuff is very punishing, and it does mean that teams have to break up after 3 years. Like, you're not getting the 10 plus year dynasties anymore. You would think like that's just probably not going to be a thing. But they do a good job because in the NBA, yes, if it were possible for the Lakers to do this, they would do it. And it would be different because basketball is different where like you wouldn't get 10 superstars on your team, but you'd get 4 and then have all of the best role guys possible at every position.
well, can't they do this in Premier League and that doesn't happen?
I mean, it does. So like the thing, and I'm getting more and more fluent in my football talk.
Should we call Tim? Cato?
We should, yeah. But I mean, some of the top European leagues are like the German Bundesliga is a joke.
Why?
I don't remember how many years Bayern Munich's won it in a row, but
the one team's won it just over and over again.
Yeah, but that's what makes the Champions League so good is all those teams come together and it's like, all right, here's the best of the best.
I honestly, it makes me kind of want to watch baseball playoffs more because I just want to see if they'll get beat.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about the ratings for the NBA has been like there needs to be a villain to like take down.
Yeah, and I mean the baseball is very random in the playoffs.
Yeah,
the Dodgers will almost certainly win, but there is a level of randomness to the postseason in baseball where
that whole Rangers run.
Yeah, the whole Rangers run. It was one of the, and people get mad at me when I say this. It's true. It was one of the flukiest championship runs in sports recently.
Whoa.
It is.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It was fun. It was fun though. I watched all the games.
Yeah, look, I'm happy they won it, but call a spade a spade. It wasn't like they didn't dominate the regular season. They didn't dominate the year before. They've been terrible since. Like, it was a great fluke for us, but it was a fluke.
And one of the worst parades I've ever been to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Diamondbacks making the World Series, that was also a fluke.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, when? Like Luis Gonzalez, Randy Johnson?
No, the Rangers played the Diamondbacks in the World Series.
Randy Johnson destroyed that bird?
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah, that was awesome.
No, but that Diamondbacks team was actually really good.
Yeah,
they've been good for a while.
Dude, I watched baseball forever back then. Do we have any other like new thoughts on Klay? What do we think about Miami? Just the reports out of Miami is just like they were just waiting it out.
They're just waiting for a buyout, right? I mean, at a certain point, the Mavs do have to make one more move to cut the roster. So, and Klay is the one that makes the most sense.
If Klay's not bought out, what is the roster move?
Well, Cisse's non-guaranteed, so you can throw it on the table. They probably won't do it, but
you match it and then you cut him.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll do it. But if you're putting up what's the most likely, there's.
No, waiting, stretching Caleb Martin has to be.
Spotrac also has Naji Marshall on this list twice. They have his extension wrong, and then they have him listed again, by the way.
I mean, wouldn't that be the one?
Caleb Martin. I don't know if they waive and stretch him because he's got another year up, another player option.
Wouldn't you rather just buy out Klay, though?
They could. That's what I'm saying. They could dump him. Maybe they dump him into. That's the dump into the Charlotte.
Clay's
they don't have
getting
more
bought
seconds,
out.
though.
Clay's getting bought out. I've felt this way for a while now.
You don't cut Sasser for him, right? Like,
yeah. What would be the point of doing that whole trade then?
If I'm the Heat, I'm like, hey, can you prove to me there's another team that is even interested in Klay? Because if it's like you need to get rid of somebody, the logical thing is buying out Klay. All right, if another team is like, we want Klay, okay, fine, we might pony up and trade him.
I'm still not convinced that they're not waiting on some kind of trade. Like Cat got traded in September. Donovan got traded in September.
There really is no reason to do it now.
No,
I think it's more of what's the bigger. It's using Klay's money, and Klay will get bought out by the other team, like the third team or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Or I think it's more of that than it is like who's a random team that's going to come out of nowhere. Unless it's a team like I randomly threw this out the other day on the One More Thing of like if the trade goes through with Toronto. And Kawhi goes to them, and they trade out Ingram and Grady Dick there. And it's like, all right, now we have kind of an open roster spot. And like if they're saying, hey, can we swap quickly and for Klay and Gafford, and we'll throw you the 2029 first, and we'd rather have Gafford and Klay instead of Quickly's contract over the next 3 years, but in return, you'll get our 29 first. Who says no first?
What, Jamal Shedd's going to be their starting point guard?
Yeah, I was gonna say, or Scotty Barnes.
Which, by the way, Jamal Shed, good player.
Good.
I mean, last year, while we're talking about Toronto, last year the Raptors were 5th in the East, and they won 46 games, and their only 2 guards on their team were Quickly and Shed.
Yeah.
Outside of that was Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram.
A Masai built team. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm just saying, it's like,
They're doing it again.
Does that give you any type of like framework for like Dallas of saying, all right, Kyrie, and then either Sasser or Sergio, and then on the wing you have Cooper, Naji, Max, or Ricochet? It's like, if they're looking at it saying, well, it's kind of what we built in Toronto.
Dude.
Slightly doesn't want to watch Toronto West.
No, dude. I'd do that trade in a heartbeat. I was just thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I would definitely do that trade, probably.
Yeah. Well, I would have to look into Quickly if Quickly's contract is not very good, right?
It's up there.
I guess
It's a lot, and he doesn't play that much.
32 and a half this coming year, 32 and a half after that, 32 and a half after that.
All guaranteed.
Can you get me to the summer where you're expiring? And then I got
Just
32
like
million expiring.
2 years.
Coop's coming up on his rookie extension.
Can he at least play 65 games for 2 years in a row?
You know what's crazy though is I was looking that up and I was like, I think he played like 70 games last year.
Yeah, he did.
Quickly?
Yeah, and I'm like, that just shocked me.
He missed the playoffs though, so it's like, I think that's just immediately what goes to your.
It was the 3 years before that, or 2 years before that. It was like 33 and 38, but. Or no,
2024 he played 68.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what's funny is I would start those. Well, I guess you couldn't really do that contractually. I was going to say I would start those conversations with Shed just to see if I could scam them.
Scam the guy that used to work for him.
I love Jamal Shed, man.
Masai could scam Bobby Webster. He used to.
Jamal Shed could play on my team any day of the week. These Houston guards, man. I guess they got a place in my heart besides Quentin Grimes.
I saw a slightly video recently where he's talked about one of the big offseason controversies.
Kawhi?
Guys, people are still talking about D'Angelo Russell. They got to get his name out of their mouth.
I mean, what do you expect of a bird in a cage?
I guess I didn't realize one of the tweets he quote tweeted had the stats wrong.
Oh, the 25-5 one?
Yeah, like boosted his
Dude,
stats.
That has become so prevalent where people will just tweet any stat and then people get excited about it. And they'll just quote tweet it. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, that's like 100 retweets. And it's not right.
Somebody just throw out like a synergy rating.
Yeah, like on a podcast and just be completely wrong about it.
Yeah.
If you've made it this far, I can admit to you that was me yesterday.
Would all right, slightly. Let's play a little game of pick one. Scoot Henderson or Mathurin?
Do I get to play this game?
Oh my God. Definitely Scoot.
Scoot was another one that I looked up when I was looking at the players that don't shoot the three well and making over 17 million.
Definitely Scoot.
Well, I wondered if there was something there, if there was something attached to Klay, goes to Portland, Scoot to the Clippers, Mathurin to Dallas, and it's basically Dallas picking Mathurin over Scoot. But
I want Mathurin near 0.
In 5 years, who's better, Mathurin or Max Christie?
Man.
For audio listeners, slightly pondering.
He's swiveling in his chair.
I'd probably rather have just a Max Christie level player.
You guys know that clip of Oppenheimer, that scene where he's sitting in the chair in the hotel room and he's just pondering life and he may
completely
or may not
naked.
Any clothes on? That's what Slightly's doing right now.
Audio listeners, I do have clothes on.
Do you think Minnesota would swap Josh Green for Klay?
Could you rob Minnesota blind for PJ? I don't even know how that could work contractually.
I don't know if they have the contracts for it.
But man, that's just a
Are
perfect
y'all
fit for them.
Are y'all enjoying Lakers fake tweets online more than I am? Or I mean fake trades, sorry.
You could do Josh Green and Dante. That gets to PJ's money.
They're not trading Dante. And honestly, I respect them for that.
He's got 1 year.
I know, but he did. I forgot one of the Timberwolves beat guys was tweeting about it, how he's just one of those guys, like locker room wise.
Well, it depends on how bad they want to win.
Yeah, I mean, but I also saw that they think he'll be back by All-Star break. So,
Oh,
if you
like
think
if he's
he'll
out
play
for the
next
whole year, they got to.
Yeah. What the Lakers stuff? Yeah. I mean, it's funny because they've always been like this, and it's But now you can't laugh. You can't really laugh at them anymore, especially as a Mavs fan.
Yeah,
it's like, what am I going to do? Laugh at you for your obviously terrible trade proposal? Well, one of those got accepted.
Yeah.
You used to have 2011 on them, you know?
True.
Yeah, that's the thing that's the underrated thing no one talks about really is what Nico did for all the trade machine posters online.
I know.
It's like, yeah, everybody got made fun of for so long for posting dumb trades, and then Nico makes the dumbest one of all, and everybody's like, see, my 5-team one isn't that dumb anymore. It's like, crap.
I love the 5-team trades where every team is like trading something super valuable. I guess it ends up happening, but it's never in the way that people think. It ends up where like the teams are just, I guess we'll just loop ourselves in on this.
Yeah, I was going to say the Mavs were just in a 6-team trade 2 years in a row. Got Klay one year, got Aldama, Sasser, and Beberovich.
But it's more so the mock ones are like every team is trading a really high profile player, and every team is and it's usually just like the Mavs, hey, let's make the call shorter. We'll be in on this trade.
Oh, man. There you go. There's some thoughts on a lot of different things. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
A lot of things, yeah. Peace out.
Boom.
Go to see Spider-Man Tuesday.
You haven't seen it yet?